We are heading to Stratford, Ontario, which is actually pretty far away from Toronto. I'm going to be speaking on a panel about entrepreneurship at the University of Waterloo campus that's in Stratford. And then after that, we're going to be coming back to the Waterloo area, and we're going to be meeting up at Communitech with a couple of people that we know there. And then we're going to head back to Toronto. Staying informed in your industry is super helpful, and also of course I'm in the marketing, design, branding space, but I also read general entrepreneurship and business news, and that's a big help as well, because you can get ideas from those companies, right? So even if it's not in your industry, some of the best ideas for apps and cool brands are two different random industries pairing up their ideas together. I have high school co-op students. In a few years, if they have an idea for a business, they might have that sense of what it takes, right? And know, like, hey, Daniel created this office from nothing. He opened up this space for us to work in. And of course, you could learn business tips just by being around. So. This stuff has been here forever.
Oh, actually, let me see. Actually, no, you don't want to come see us in video. Win a Guinness Book of World Record thing.
Whoa! The whole word gratitude.
Pretty bomb.
Yeah, geez. If you fall, it'll be on video. No, not with my drink in my backpack. For the vlog, you gotta film a lot.
Daniel, what are we doing?
We are on our way to the new Tea by Daniel store. I don't know which way it is, but we're bringing a gift. All right. We're on our way to.
I do not recommend this.
No? We're on our way to the Tea by Daniel location. He decided to spruce it up with some greenery. What if it just snapped and fell?
That would actually be really sad, and then you'd have to leave the pot and just carry it by.
No, I would plant it in one of those things.
Oh my god, and what, carry that?
No, I would abandon it.
Is there only Wi-Fi where the carpet is? Do you take the price tag off? He's right there. He's already on top of it.
All right.
Love the way it looks. I love the bigger room now. I love the service we get. Even though you're in the line, he's still there to acknowledge you're there.
Here with Hamza.
Hey.
Welcome. I'm super happy to have Hamza here. I'm going to be asking a ton of questions throughout the night, and if you have any questions afterward, we'll both be here. Hamza also has his book, The Burnout Gamble. We're going to be giving away one free copy as well. Maybe if someone asks a really good question.
When you look at the 12 stages of burnout, there are some that explicitly use language that is associated with mental health challenges. Anxiety, depression, loneliness, isolation, so on and so forth.
Let's define burnout. So Hamza has worked on, or at least communicated, these 12 stages of burnout. So we can, I don't know if you have to hit all 12, but I'd love to help define that.
For sure. It's complete physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion. But it doesn't have to be realized in those terms. Burnout can be experienced in shades, and there's no one-size-fits-all burnout. One of the biggest mistakes that I made when I started researching burnout is I thought that it's linear, that you have to pass through all 12 stages. And let me quickly read these 12 stages to you. The compulsion to prove oneself, where you feel like you need to really prove something to yourself, prove it to other people, that you feel like, you gotta stake your claim. What about working harder, stage number 2? So the natural reaction to the compulsion to prove yourself is you work harder, neglecting your needs. Displacement of conflicts, number 4. So you're finding yourself in situations in which you're having conflicts with people, but you push them to the side.
The important part is that you don't have to go through all the 12 stages, like you said. So, it's actually more scary because you can't necessarily catch yourself going through. Something might just happen.
You have to stop associating burnout with weakness. I mean, sometimes it's just straight up a mental health issue. So,
take us through one of your days right now.
Oh wow, okay. How detailed can I get here, guys? You want to know like a play-by-play?
I wouldn't say minute by minute, but yeah, okay. let's get a good summary.
Okay, well let me tell you the secret weapon. The first thing, I'm a morning person. And Blake is also a morning person as well. We're part of like the 5-6 a.m. club. I wake up around 5 and I do nothing for the first half an hour. I'm literally just still. No technology, no stimulus, no books, no TV, nothing. I just sit there and I breathe and I just feel life coming back into the shell of a human being. And I'm like, okay, great. So drink some water, have a little snack. The first 2 hours of my day are just spent meditating, going to the gym, eating, reading, and sometimes I do pray. You say the first 2 hours of the day after you wake up is when your cognitive capacity is at its highest. And Robin Sharma actually talks about this thing, the 90-91 rule. Have you heard of this? So if you really want to move any project forward that you've been stalling on, for the first 90 minutes, for 90 days straight, work on one thing. And honestly, 90-91 stacked several times on top of each other is what actually got this book done. Otherwise, with my schedule, I would have never had the time and capacity to write it. So that happens, and I'm usually at my desk at Singh Network working by 8:30, 9 in the morning. And from that point onwards, it's just this constant balance of managing my energy, making sure that I'm present for my team, that I'm fulfilling the duties of managing director. Evenings, I try to leave work by 5, by 6 tops. Evenings are reserved for friends, family, myself, my partner. And there's this lull where I'm not doing any work again. And then probably like an hour before I disconnect, which is usually around like 8 or 9, I'll just check back in. I'll see if there's anything that needs to be resolved, and I'll use 2 products, which I think you use as well, the 5-minute journal and the productivity planner. So I'll use those to sort of make meaning of my day, understand the wins, productivity planner, looking at a very analog way of what my priorities are, checking things off, making sure I feel that sense of accomplishment, or I feel that pang of, okay, I need to do better tomorrow, and then I'll put it away and let myself slip into 2 hours of no distractions, no blue light again, so that I can sleep on the baby. And then I rinse and repeat.
Awesome.
Fantastic questions, and this has been an absolute honor.
Great, thank you so much for being, like I said, so generous with your time. Awesome.
So I'm one of the founders of Contrast. My name's Rahul. So what we're doing today is we're holding a speaker panel. It's to discuss how do you make money in the creative industries, and it's something that is very important because it takes something that, if you like doing photography, video, any kind of design work or anything, it takes that from being a hobby to an actual profession. So it's a very important thing to teach these high school students and to understand that you can make your hobby into a profession. And so there are going to be creators coming in who actually have done that, and they're going to be speaking about their experiences and how they created their business and how they actually took their hobby to making it, living out of it. So yeah.
Right, we go psycho, lil' mama bad like Michael. Can't really trust nobody with all this jewelry on you. My roof look like a no-show, got diamonds by the bolo. Don't act like you my friend when I'm rolling through my hands. So you stuck in the frame.
Hi, I'm Varun, one of the other co-founders of Contrast, and today I'll actually be moderating the panel. But Rahul already explained what the panel is about, and I'll explain a little bit more about Contrast. Contrast is a non-profit organization for high school students to get them more interested in the creative industries, because we see a lack of support for people that want to go in the creative industries that have a lot of talent, and we are so heartbroken to see this, and we really want to help them grow as individuals and become creative one day. Co-founders of Contrast, Alexa,
Nice that.
So I'm here because I believe in making connections and making a stand, taking a stand to get somewhere in life, to further yourself, further the people around you, able to spread art. And I think art is probably the most important thing in this world because it brings people together, it teaches people, it makes people grow, it exposes people to different lifestyles and cultures and like ways of thinking, and I find that very important. So yeah, that's why I'm here.
Come with the Tony Homo for clowns and all the balls. Or I pick on psycho. Lil' mama bad like Michael. Can't really trust no.
How did I get started doing what I'm doing? YouTube videos, man. Same thing. I made like stupid comedy skits when I was younger, and I was like, I'm never gonna be an actor. What am I gonna do? And then I'm like, oh, I make these videos, right? So I took this communications class in high school, and I was doing everything in that class, you know, making videos, that kind of thing, that I was doing for my YouTube channel, making music videos, that kind of stuff. And I was like, wow, this is actually things that people do. Like, I don't just do this in my basement, right? This could be a career. So then I told my mom, Jessica and everybody, Brampton says, and B. So I told my mom, I'm like, yeah, I dropped out of physics. 6 weeks in, I failed my first test, and they put me in a communications class. I'm gonna go into film studies. And so what I learned from film studies is that I learned more outside of school than inside of school. And then that led to me dropping out after I joined Brampton Says. And now I'm just kind of working as hard as I possibly can.
For me, like, I was just doing it for fun for about 4 years. I was designing, making stuff, I was getting paid. Never really took it seriously until I went to the States and I pitched my design agency to somebody, to a panel of investors. And there was one investor who wanted to invest around, like, a lot of money, around $200,000. And I was kind of like surprised. I was like, why would you want to do that? And then it occurred to me that like design, technology, the thing I was doing was popping, you know, it was booming. And that's when I came back and I was like, why do I want to be a lawyer? I don't even really like it. My parents want me to do it because they're immigrants, blah, blah, blah. That's for all of you, probably in the same boat, doctor, lawyer, engineer kind of career path. And so I was like, you know what, screw it. I dropped out. I picked up a job at a design agency in Toronto. I built an app for KFC, which has poor reviews, so if you want to see a really bad app, go on the App Store and the KFC app. But it was my first project. So I just think like other people taking me seriously helped me take myself seriously because I did it in the beginning. Yeah.
And basically, like, I think the best thing you can do is just like dive like straight into it and just try to learn as much as you can. Like that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to like soak everything up, and then later you can use that information you have to determine, like, to make the best decisions you can. So like if you think you want to get into like photography, just like learn all about it, and if you're not interested in it and you just don't get it, then you know you're not going to do it. And so like if you have any questions in your head about what you can or cannot do, just go into it and then see. Like I think a lot of people just keep like wondering about it and just pondering about it, and so they don't do anything.
When I graduated university, so I started freelancing during OCAD University, just doing some projects here and there. When I graduated university, that's when I started doing full-time graphic design. So I moved back from Toronto back to Brampton, set up just doing freelance work, a lot of referrals. Started off doing very, very small projects, so like business card design, stuff like that for local businesses, and got a lot of referrals to other solopreneurs, individual entrepreneurs, worked with a lot of nonprofits. It's a really good way to get started because they're all in need of stuff, they have short resources. So started freelancing from there, and then eventually got asked to do a lot of other things besides graphic design. So can you help with branding my business? Can you help with my website? Can you help with social media? And that's how I kind of put together a network, a team of people, of fellow creatives, and then I launched my agency after that.
On psycho, lil' mama bad like Michael. Can't really trust nobody. All this jewelry on you, my room look like a no-show. Got diamonds by the bolo. Come with the Tony Homo for clowns and all the balls. Or a hippie gone psycho, lil' mama bad like Michael. Can't really trust nobody with all this jewelry on.